Do you get along with everybody that you know?
Yeah, we cool. Man, I have a personal problem with Young Thug. Said hearsay, I've overruled it. All right, thank you.
What types of things would you do instead?
It's impeachment. Is that correct, madam?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Things young black men do in the neighborhood.
I don't know what young black men do in the neighborhood. So what is
Try to survive and stay away from the police.
Do you do anything else besides trying to survive and stay away from the police?
Yeah, get locked up.
Just for the purposes of impeachment, Your Honor.
All right, okay.
Just for the purpose.
If you're new, make sure y'all hit that notification bell, that like, share, comment, and subscribe. Grab a seat. We finna dig deep.
At this time, I'm going to ask that you fasten your seatbelts.
What's up, YouTube family, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Jay, and if you're new, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll make sure you get the drop whenever I drop an update as well. Now, check this out. Today, we definitely got to jump into this Young Thug Rico trial. Now, over the past week, it definitely been a whole bunch of shocking revelations, from the state's key witness even taking the stand, first and foremost, to possibly a mole in the courthouse, the judge sending mixed signals, the state playing dirty, Brian still in contempt of court. Where do we stop and where do we start? Man, not a lot of time, but today we definitely got to jump in. Ask yourself this: is the state's key witness actually facing impeachment? Was I right when I was right, or was I wrong when I was wrong? Now, before we dive deeper into this conversation, man, let's take a look to see exactly what got us here today. Grab a seat. We finna dig deep. So as day 90 of the Young Thug YSL trial takes off, the state's key witness is back on the stand. Now, after the witness was actually granted immunity, which means they were promised protection from the prosecution in exchange for truthful testimony, the witness has provided no details that allegedly tie Young Thug or YSL to any of the criminal activities alleged by the state. Now, with the prosecution's case being solely centered around several key pieces of evidence, including key witness testimony, ask yourself, have we even seen a witness that didn't work for the state, that was called up by the state, that worked in favor for the state? And also, not to mention, in Woody's voice, he is an adult that actually made this decision.
Is it your desire to release your counsel at this point in time?
She fired.
She's fired? Okay.
So with the potential mole being in the court and Woody firing his defense or counsel, ask yourself, was this a W for the defense or a W for the state? Let's dig.
Relationship with Young Thug since you left prison in 2019, as you had with him before you went to prison in 2015.
So, I'm confused. So help me understand. If you and her y'all got a relationship
10 years ago.
So today, is y'all relationship the same from 10 years ago today?
Is your relationship
yes.
the same?
I need it.
Is your relationship the same as it was 10 years ago?
I don't think nothing would be the same from 10 years ago. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know.
Okay. Is your relationship better with Thug, or worse, or the same?
I don't know. I don't know I don't know what to say to that.
Have you spoken with Thug in the year of 2024? Yes or no?
This year?
This year.
No.
Okay. In the year of 2023, have you spoken with Thug? Yes or no?
Overrule, sir.
No.
In 2022, have you spoken with Thug? Yes or no?
Oh, if I was in, I can't recall when did I got arrested. I don't know if it was 21 or 22. I don't want to say yeah or no to it because I don't know if I was on the street or if I was in jail.
Nope.
Let me ask you this: while you were in prison, did you ever speak with Thug?
No. Oh.
Now, the state has definitely got to be boiling with this key witness. Now, everybody was waiting on Woody to come up and put the nail in the coffin with the information that the state is alleging he may be able to actually testify or provide to the jury. But I haven't learned anything new. The only thing that I've learned new since Woody's been on the stage is that he pleaded the fifth. The state gave him immunity. The judge is throwing smoke signals and hand signals. The state is playing dirty. Brian Stills in contempt for 20 weeks. He get to spend the weekend with Young Thug. Other than that, the information and the evidence that the state was anticipating or laying down to try to create this foundation with this Rico, or the furtherance of the Rico, a conspiracy for gang activity, whatever it is that they're doing, they are definitely failing this right now. Like a whole week. The biggest thing that the state did was get Brian Steele held in contempt. Other than that, look at this. Is the state's key witness actually fumbling the case? And did the state again bite off too much bringing this witness in on the case? It's already too much information, too many witnesses, too much evidence. It just doesn't connect though. Is it too much or too late? Let's dig.
Okay. How many of the Quays do you know are in the courtroom today?
One.
Okay. Can you identify him by article of clothing that he is wearing?
Well, he's sitting right there. Like, I don't know what color it is he got on.
All right. You said over there. Is he sitting? Is it the man with the gray and cream jacket?
It shows so reflect.
Thank you.
I only knew Quay personally, been around him no less than 90 days, like no longer than 90 days. I don't know. I haven't been around him personally to say I know him that well.
Let me ask you this.
Man,
In
she better stop playing
2021,
with wood on that
did you know
stand,
Quay?
man.
I think that's when I met him. I consider him cool.
All right.
Often, if at all, did you see Quay?
Don't forget them nicknames. Why
I
I
don't know.
said wood, psycho.
Would it be weekly?
I seen him when I seen him.
Okay. Would that be once a week, once a month, every couple of days?
I saw him when we had time to see each other.
And I'm asking very specific.
I can't say.
How often that was?
My day is not planned. I just go with the day.
And so I'll just ask you again.
Say that again.
Would you see him on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis?
I saw him when I saw him.
Now, from there, Prosecutor Hilton just continues to question Woody just to establish relationship and lay foundation. Who knows who? But is YSL Woody actually holding it down, or is it too late? Now, ironically, she goes through a series of pictures trying to see if Woody can actually identify who's who. And Woody actually did start identifying some of those individuals. One of those individuals was actually one of Young Thug's brothers. Fool. But ask yourself this. What really happened between those two? Was it deeper than rap? Let's dig.
Have you ever advised Quay on hanging around Young Thug?
I told Quay that, man, I have a personal problem with Young Thug.
Did you advise him on whether or not he should hang around Young Thug?
I thought I just answered it.
No, you told us you answered you had a personal problem with Thug. That wasn't
Right,
the
and I
question.
told him that, I advised him that.
What is the that you're referring to?
Whatever you just asked me, I agree to what you just said.
So for clarity for the record, you've advised Quay about hanging around Young Thug.
What's your objection? He hasn't really clarified. I think she's trying to get him clarified, so I'm going to overrule your objections.
You advised him on hanging around Young Thug.
I told Quay that he needed to watch who he hang around.
And was that in 2021?
I don't know when it was.
That in 2021. Have you spoken with Quay in this year, 2024?
No. You said, have I talked to him this year?
Yes.
No.
What about last year in 2023?
I cut all communication with everybody, period. I haven't spoken with nobody.
Now let's keep it G. You see this face? Do you see that face? Now, for the record, there's nothing slow about him. This is pure entertainment. I'm not even sure who's funny, him, DK, or Bean. Like, this is, can you blame Young Thug for getting these individuals that we've seen on the stand away from him? Now, was it other things or situations that might have caused him to fall out? Possibly. Possibly. But do you see what the prosecution is trying to do? They need to tap into whatever slow particle is not clicking in his brain cell that'll gas up and gaslight that Young Thug situation in his mind. But is YSL Woody holding it down? Now, yes, I know everybody's going to say he's already talked, he's already did XYZ. I get it. I get it. But ask yourself this. Is it better with Woody being on the stand talking? Or with the state and the jury actually going with him pleading the fifth? Even though he got immunity. Just think about this. Is it better for him to be on stand to be able to close that door from the prosecution? Or to leave it open for speculation, allegation? Let's dig.
Do you get along with everybody that you know?
Yeah, we cool.
So I'm saying that you were cool with Tiff.
That's what I said.
What types of things would you do with Tiff?
What you mean?
Did y'all go out? Did you go shoot dice? Did you go to the club? What type of things did you do with Tiff?
Things young black men do in the neighborhood.
I don't know what young black men do in the neighborhood. So what is
Try to survive and stay away from the police.
Did you do anything else besides trying to survive and stay away from the police?
Yeah, get locked up.
Okay. Anything else besides getting locked up?
You got my criminal history, right?
We're not talking about your criminal history, Mr. Copeland.
Wait a minute. Is it me blowing smoke or is Kenneth Copeland blowing a whole bunch of smoke straight up prosecutor here? Now look, I'm not sure. There's a few things that I wanted to touch on before we skip right into what the purpose of this video is, why the state is moving towards impeachment, and why I said from the beginning, this man needs to be impeached. He doesn't need to be dismissed. He needs to be on the stand so that the state can finish fumbling the case. Let me explain. So with the conspiracy thing going on with the whole Young Thug YSL Rico trial, right? The mole in the courthouse. The mole in the courthouse. Everybody knows which direction the mole came from. It didn't come from the defense. It came from the side of the state. The judge knows that. Did it come from his bumpers? Who knows? Just keep in mind the 25th is going to be a big date because it is going to reveal who the mole in the court is. Now, here's the other thing. When was it that the state realized they were about to impeach YSL Woody? Now, if anybody was paying attention while Hilton was actually up there examining Woody on the stand, it looked like Ms. Love actually got a text message. The junior prosecutor actually looked at her like, because he was surprised. I believe somebody on the outside that's working with the state is paying attention to the case also. Did the state just get the message to impeach the witness? Because this witness actually puts the state at risk of fumbling and possibly losing the case or even a bigger mistrial. Now, of course, not guilty is definitely bigger than a mistrial, but a mistrial is better than guilty. Let's dig.
I don't know what year I met him.
Was that before you met Little D from Cleveland? After Little D from Cleveland?
I think it's before.
Sitting here today, do you remember how you met him?
Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you met him? So?
I was about to do something to him.
Okay. What were you about to do to him?
Oh, yeah. Whatever was about to happen was definitely about to happen. Now, we can't knock Kenneth up. Now, he might have talked, he might have cooperated. But can we say that he wasn't stepping, he wasn't spinning? And man, did you hear that evil laugh when I'm about to do something to him? Like what, Woody? Being that your paper says assault, M, aggravated assault, assault with a weapon, drive-by, half-head, excuse me, beat him up? Okay. We can roll with that. Let's dig.
I don't know what year I met him.
Was that before you met Little D from Cleveland? After Little D from Cleveland?
I think it's before.
Sitting here today, do you remember how you met him?
Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you met him? So?
I was about to do something to him.
Okay. What were you about to do to him?
Beat him up.
Okay. Why were you about to beat him up?
He was in the wrong business.
Okay. After you were about to beat him up, did you somehow develop a friendship with Monson?
Somebody else called me to protect him.
Okay. When did you get a call in order to have to protect Monson? If you're talking about you met him before 2013 and you're about to beat him up, when did you get a call to have to protect him?
That same day.
And if you were about to beat him up, let me strike that. Did you make a decision to protect him? Did you decide to protect him?
Me?
Yes.
What you mean?
I asked you, how did you all become friends? You said someone...
He called my phone, talking crazy.
Let me ask just a simplified question. At some point, did you and Monson become friends? Yes or no?
Later down the line.
Okay. When did you all become friends?
Later down the line. I heard rappers say, in his song, 30 Deep, I don't know, like, I heard Gucci Man rap about it. I heard like Jeezy rap about it. I don't know.
Have you ever been a member or an associate of 30D?
I don't know what associate mean.
Have you ever been around a group of people who identify themselves as 30D?
Have I ever been around a group of people that identify themselves as 30 Deep?
Yes.
I know someone who I guess they say was 30 Deep.
Did you ever consider yourself 30 deep?
No,
Okay. What about, did you ever consider yourself part of DRC?
no, I consider myself 372.
And what, is that why your Instagram was Woody372?
My Instagram, Woody versus Woody.
Back in 2014, did you have the Woody372 Instagram?
I told you I don't recall the Instagram. Fake accounts with my name in it, but it wasn't mine.
You said you consider yourself 372. What was 372?
It ain't for you to know.
I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Copeland. What was 372?
372.
Was that a game?
What do you define as a game?
Mr. Copeland, I'm asking a question.
I can't answer your question if I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it you and a group of people a part of 372?
And what's a group of people?
3 or more people.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't no. We didn't hang. Like, we wasn't. I guess.
Now, what's crazy is that I can guarantee you with these questions that she's asking them, these are not the original questions that they were going to ask YSL Woody. This is why I figured that Woody would be actually impeached. Now, interesting that it's the state doing it instead of the defense. The cross is going to be sick. The defense is going to chew YSL Woody up and spit YSL Woody out. But the state is going to give them to him already chewed up. That's going to be the interesting part. Now, this is crazy because, as you see, Ms. Love is sitting over here getting off because they're asking all of the wrong questions on purpose. They're not asking him the right questions. They're trying to slide in speculated pieces, alleged pieces, XYZ. They really want him off the stand at this point because they see this is the state's worst witness. The other witnesses were entertaining. AB, DK, Bean, very entertaining. This witness is detrimental to the case. He has everybody at risk, not to mention there's a mole in the court. Why would they not want to get him out of there? The judge wants them out of there, but the judge still wants to know because he still sided with the state through this whole situation. He still wants to know who the mole is. So is this pride or ego? Kenneth Copeland being impeached? Is this a play from the state to cover up the alleged mole or the dirty word? Let that sink in. Let's dig.
Your Honor, the state will be playing the February 20th, 2015 interview, 156-28 through 156-44.
Overrule, sir. You said hearsay. I've overruled it. All right. Thank you. It's impeachment. Is that correct, madam?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you moving to admit that, madam?
Just for the purposes of impeachment, Your
Okay.
Honor.
All right. Okay. All right. It's been identified.
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, this time the state's going to tender State's Exhibit 378 Yankee Alpha for impeachment purposes, playing 329-46 to 330-13.
But I'm in the jail time 12. I didn't get down with the game until I went in.
So he got a 2013.
Basis for your objection.
Your Honor, I asked him, was he ever part of ABG? And he
Let's
said,
get to that portion. Okay.
That's what happened. He said,
Okay. Well,
Detective Thorpe asked him, okay, so you,
let's just run it back to that particular section. Tell me where it started.
all right.
All right. Overrule objection for the time being, Mr. Steele.
Did you left ABG? You said yes.
He asked me what?
Did you leave ABG?
I don't think that was said. Objection.
I'll play it again one more time for you.
I can't hear it no matter how many times you play
Can
it.
I see you on counsel for a second, bench, please?
So as you see, the revelation of a mole within the courthouse definitely has a serious impact on the way the state and the judge are moving. Not only does it jeopardize the integrity of the trial, but it also raises questions about the security of the judicial process in Georgia, Fulton County, and Atlanta, period. The state is now scrambling to identify who the mole is and to figure out how to fix the damage that's already done. But ask yourself this,
Did the state just shoot themselves in the foot now that the credibility of their key witness is actually in question? Or did the mole that's set to be revealed on the 25th actually set this whole plan in motion? And how impactful will this ex parte conversation actually be once those transcripts are actually released? Now, the irony of this whole ex parte situation is that if the defense and the state actually had ex parte communications with the judge, it could actually lead to claims from either side saying that the judge is actually biased. So how did the state get away with it? Or is it the judge actually being biased? So in my opinion, I feel that the defense actually won with this whole situation with Donovan Thomas Sr., his mother, and Woody coming to the stand. As I said in my previous video, these witnesses actually had no impact on the trial. None of the defendants that have taken the stand have actually said that Young Thug nor YSL actually did or committed or was responsible for any of the situations. So where's Rico? Where's the furtherance of the gang? Where's the conspiracy? Now what would have sealed this case is if Woody would have got up there and did exactly what the state was anticipating and hoping that he'll do. Say Young Thug did it, Young Thug made me do it, Young Thug paid for it. That's what they would hope. Open and close Rico. Just like that. All this time. Right there would have sealed the deal. But the state fumbled the ball. And again, the state failed to prove anything, failing to prove anything outside of association and past relation. Let that sink in. And ask yourself this, if majority of this case was proven in writing that Young Thug and YSL were responsible for Big Nut, ask yourself, when do you think it set into the state that calling Woody to the stand possibly just fucked the case up? And who was the mole and how would that impact the case? In my opinion, it was better for him to get up on the stand and get impeached than to get up on the stand and not say anything. Let that sink in. With YSL Woody coming to court, ask yourself this. Did Woody actually just save the case, even though he cooperated with the state? And did Woody just get back on the state? With YSL Woody possibly facing impeachment, definitely an L for the state. But ask yourself this, when the 25th rolls around, what about the mole in the place? Man, it's your boy Jay. Man, y'all make sure y'all jump in the comments, let me know y'all's thoughts, exactly how y'all feel. We'll definitely keep you updated on the latest developments. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and definitely hit that notification bell to stay informed. Again, the life you say might just be your own. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and stay informed. It's your boy Jay. Gone.